Hi, this is John Paulus, and you're listening to Life's Potluck Buffet. That was good. I was going for something a little game show-esque there. I think I achieved it. That sounded good. I'm pretty pleased with that. Thanks for listening. I really appreciate you tuning in. Today's card is card 36. Make people's days. Let me read it to you. Take a moment to say a kind word of appreciation for the work of every person you encounter, from family to strangers. If you could do something in addition that will make a person's day, do it. Say a thing you appreciate about the person to your left. So if there is someone to your left, turn to them and say a word of appreciation. I'll give you a second to do that. I guess there's probably going to be only one person to your left. This card envisioned that there would be a table that 4 people were sitting around, so someone would be to everyone's left. Right now, we're going to have to just improvise, because if you're listening to this and sitting on a couch and there's only 2 people in the room and the person on the left is the only person on the left, then that's okay. The person on the right, you're going to make that person's day by saying a word of appreciation. And that person will probably say something nice to you. If they don't say something nice to you, then we're going to have to wait for another day. If you're alone wherever you are, just wait until you see somebody and say something nice. Okay, so make people's days. What does this mean to me? You remember I talked on that episode a long time ago about being lo-fi, about how that was my style. That's how I roll. And that is true, I feel like, for make people's days. I mean, this is not like prize patrol stuff here. This is not like, show up at somebody's house and be like, I will now present you with a big check and the whole world will see this. That's a different exercise, I think. That's not this exercise. This exercise is only, in a sense, being visible to that one person. It's not performative. Try to not make it performative, because then when it's performative, it starts to be about us. That's why it's a kind word of appreciation. That's why it's a little thing. If you could do something that'll really make their day, then do that. On the YouTube channel playlist for card 36, there is a short video of The Rock, the person The Rock. And in that video, The Rock is in an SUV or other truck-like vehicle, and he clearly has his cell phone mounted on his dashboard, and he's driving clearly in an area where he lives, and clearly in an area where they have a lot of those celebrity spotting, celebrity homes, tour buses. And he's kind of like, oh, check this out. And he rolls up on the tour bus and says, hey, have any of you seen The Rock? And of course, they all go crazy and they're screaming. And some of them say that they love him, and he says that he loves them. It's a very nice video. I like it. It's not a big to-do. There's no dramatic setup. It's a nice little short clip, and it's great. And I really like it a lot because it's simple. And it also... There's nothing, yes, everybody on the tour bus is like taking pictures and doing video and, and doing that sort of thing. But it's a low stakes human encounter. It's just The Rock at a stoplight. What is that the title of? The Rock at a stoplight. It sounds like a poem. Okay, I'm going to have to give that a little bit of thought and write a few lines down. But you know what? At the end of this video, stay tuned, because I'm going to premiere a short poem, The Rock at a Stoplight. So get ready for that. Okay, so I'm going to imagine that I am in a car next to The Rock, so that The Rock's SUV is on my left, and I'm going to say a word of appreciation to The Rock. I really appreciate how you made those people's days in that video that I was talking about earlier. And I loved it, and I thought it was just wonderful. So thank you. Oh, that's right. I also asked everybody yesterday what they cook in the lidded pot that's called a casserole or a Dutch oven sometimes. So I will also extend that question to The Rock. So, Rock, if you would, please let us know if you own a Dutch oven or a casserole, if you call it a casserole. And if so, what do you cook in that Dutch oven? Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. I just asked The Rock what he's cooking. Let me give you a little background in case you don't know what just happened. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, who we've been talking about, became famous as a professional wrestler. And his catchphrase was, "If you smell what The Rock is cooking." Now, if you heard what I just asked, I asked The Rock what The Rock is cooking. Does some sort of tear in the space-time continuum open up when you ask The Rock what The Rock is cooking? That is a question for, honestly, I don't know who's qualified to answer that question. Here's a koan. You know, one of those paradoxical questions from Zen Buddhism. You know, these are things like, if a tree falls in a forest and there's no one there to hear it, does it make a sound? And things like that. If The Rock is cooking in a forest and there's no one there to smell it, what happens? I guess that really wasn't a koan. It was more of just a question. I'm really still amazed. I just asked The Rock what The Rock was cooking. Oh, and hello. I would have been screaming also if I were on that tour bus. So, this idea of the little things that we do, again, making a big difference in people's lives, these small kindnesses have a really big impact because people don't experience small kindnesses on a daily basis necessarily. It also is an interesting thing to go through a day and see how many small kindnesses of others, unbidden, you receive. That would be a really interesting thing to do. I might try doing that, just to keep track of each small kindness that happens, each human encounter. I like doing this because it kind of reinforces our humanity. And anything that can do that is wonderful in my book. So today, try making people's days. You'll be glad you did. They'll be glad you did. I'll be glad you did. And The Rock will most certainly, out of all of us, be glad you did. The Rock at a Stoplight by John Paulus. I was driving my celebrity tour bus, and what did I see? It was The Rock at a stoplight, pulled up alongside me. My passengers went nuts. They couldn't get enough. What a nice guy, I thought, for someone who plays roles so tough. The light then turned green, and I have to say that The Rock taught me a lesson that's with me to stay. If you have the opportunity or can in any way, do like The Rock and make someone's day. Have a great day and make other people's days. And I'll see you here next time on Life's Potluck Buffet.